Last week we had a lot of new clients who have joined recently the premium group of Telegram for the Forex signals, and I'm very happy and proud because now they have realized that they have made the right choice by joining our Forex signals channel. As you can see, my friends, last week we had managed to finish the week with a stunning 805 pips of profits to our clients. That's an outstanding number, and I'm really proud of the results, and I'm showing to you right here from the premium group itself these signals which we have sent last week to our clients. And notice the new style of sending the signals. We are sending right now each and every signal along with the chart of it and explaining the reason behind this signal. So it's actually, by the way, we had very few signals which have been closed in loss. Only 2 of them, or 3 I think, have closed the in stop loss. The others have been closed also in a very minimum losses. Look at that. By the way, we had just 6 signals only closed in loss. Meanwhile, we had more than 32 signals have closed in profit. Look at that. These are all of the signals right in front of you, right from the Telegram channel itself, and as you can see, they are all in a very good profit. So many of the signals have reached the take profit number 3. And as you can see, I'm just scrolling right in front of you, sharing with you the results. Wednesday, my friends, was actually a full 100% in profit. Not a single loss happened on Wednesday. And as you can see, the losses are very small, such as 18 or 13 pips of loss only. And these are the results right in front of you. I'm very happy and proud for these results. And actually, we are doing very well, and for sure Angela has done amazing job in sending these signals, and for sure we are right now receiving a lot of happy messages from our clients who recently have joined the service of Forex signals. For sure, Xtreme Trader has been up to their expectations, and we are keeping up our reputation as one of the leading and best Forex signals provider in this field. So, of course, if you wish to join Xtreme Trader Forex Signals Group, please contact our support. You can find their contact details in the description below this video. Contact them today, and hopefully we will see you there. So let's now begin analyzing the market, and of course, as usual, we will start with the Euro USD. Now, let me just tell you something about this pair. If we check the monthly chart, and we check right here by Fibonacci retracement like this, we can notice that currently the Euro USD has been rejected from breaking out from the support at 61.8 Fibonacci retracement, which is of course the jackpot of retracements. And most likely right now, we should be looking for a bullish movement for this pair. And by doing a very simple and basic analysis on the monthly chart, we can see right here that we're having a support trend line just like that. And all we need to do right now, and by the way, I have explained this before in one of the videos called The Magic of Trend Lines, is available on my channel for free. All we need to do right now is just dragging this line like this, and voila, exactly like that. All we need to confirm right now is the movement of this pair, and most likely the pair is eventually going to continue the rise till it reaches or retest that resistance trend line at Fibonacci 50 retracement. So therefore, we can expect from the Euro USD for the upcoming few weeks to be actually moving in a bullish movement. So right now, after analyzing this on the monthly chart, let's now go back to the daily chart. Now on the daily chart, we can notice clearly that the pair right now is moving in an upper trend, even though the general movement was actually a downtrend. But right now the pair, or the structure, the current structure that we are on, is actually moving in a bullish movement. And most likely the Euro USD is going to continue the rise, and I believe that with the weakness that the USD DXY, or the USD dollar currency index, is currently having, most likely the Euro USD is going to continue the rise till it reaches the previous support level at 1.5570. Therefore, if we switch right now to the 4-hour time frame, we can notice right here the same support trend line which I have just drawn in front of you. All we need to do right now is just dragging it all the way like that, and just like that we can confirm right here that this support trend line has been respected several times, and therefore after the pressure from the resistance right here at 1.13585, we can expect from the Euro USD to retest that level of a support trend line, and of course by the power of that trend line is going to keep its position as a support trend line, and most likely the Euro USD is going to continue the rise. Now the final target actually is going to be the peak of the resistance at 1.14745. But for the remaining days of this week, I would suggest that the target should be right here. The safest option for us is going to be the resistance at 1.14230, which means we can start buying the Euro USD exactly right from that level, exactly right from here, because that same level was actually a strong level as a resistance, and of course also it was a strong support, and here as well. Therefore, of course, also it's matching along with the support trend line, which I have just drawn in front of you, which means we have to wait for the Euro USD to fall to another 13 pips before we can start buying it, and the target will be right here, the peak of the resistance at 1.14230. So therefore, let me just write for you the numbers. We can start buying the Euro USD at 1.13305, and the target is going to be right here, as I mentioned earlier, the resistance at, okay, take profit level at 1.14216. And of course, now for the safe zone should be ranging just till little bit lower than that support level right here, because we are actually we are analyzing this chart or deciding our entry based on that support trend line. So let me right now make a support zone, not this one, sorry, this one, exactly just like that. So this is actually a support, a trend line support zone level, which means the safe zone has to be ranging just a little bit lower than that level, which means our safe zone will be ranging for only 36 pips. Meanwhile, the target will be right here, my friends, for about 97 pips. Let me just write it again, exactly like that. So there goes your signal for the pair for this week, and I believe it's going to be a good signal. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now take a look at the pound USD. Now regarding this pair, we can notice clearly that the pair is currently moving in a very strong bullish movement. And right now, all what we had actually for the last week was just the pullback. I believe I have mentioned that earlier last week on Saturday. I said that we are going to trade the pullback, and it seems like the pound USD is about to finish this pullback, and therefore is going to continue the rise again. So right now the question is where exactly we can start buying the pound USD. The answer lies exactly right here. If we check on the left side, we have to look at the strongest support level, and by the naked eyes we can tell clearly that the level of 1.35191 was actually a very strong support level, and the pair hasn't been able to break out from that level until recently. It finally made the bullish breakout from that level. Now again, I'm analyzing on the daily chart. Let me now move to the smaller time frame. Let's move to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we can see clearly that right here, my friends, we had the bullish breakout from that resistance level at 1.35191, and right here also it was a resistance level, and right here the bullish breakout from that level. So right here we had the first attempt of the support. The previous resistance has already become a new support level. Therefore, we have to start buying the pair once it reaches that level of a support to create support number 2. Buying this level, in my opinion, at the creation of support number 2 is gonna be the best option for us, but of course we have to see how the market reacts to that level of a support. Maybe it won't hold the position for a long time. We have to make sure that the pound USD is going to reverse right here before we start buying it. Why? Because right here on the daily chart again, we're having a support zone, and the pair actually might fall a little bit inside this zone just to create a pin bar eventually before it starts rising again. The problem is this safe zone is actually quite big. It's for 74 pips. Now of course we can't wait for that long, so therefore let me just make it a little bit smaller for you. right now on the 4-hour time frame, I believe this is going to be the maximum where we can expect from this pair to go against our direction, and therefore the safe zone should be ranging for, let me just make it a little bit, yeah, exactly. So the safe zone will be ranging for 52 pips only. Meanwhile, the target, of course, has to be right here. It should be right here, the peak of the resistance at 1.37425. But just to be more safe and to give you more realistic target, we're gonna be aiming the resistance right here at Fibonacci 61.8, which is 1.36855, which means we can expect to make actually 165. That's actually quite a lot. I just like to give more realistic targets, and therefore let me just aim the resistance right here at Fibonacci 50 on 1.36346, which is gonna provide to us 117 pips. Actually, that's more realistic and reachable. So therefore, buy the pound USD at 1.35191, and the target will be right here, the resistance level at 1.36346, 363, sorry, 36346. And let me just draw for you the edge of the safe zone is gonna be exactly just like that. So that's everything for this pair. Let's now move to the next one. Alright, I had to pause the recording just to do a deeper analysis to the pound USD, and what I just found is like this. We need to adjust our entry to be exactly right here. And let me just edit the entry, and of course I will explain to you the reason in just a few seconds. So the entry should be placed exactly at 1.35313. Now what is the reason? The reason is simply like that. We are having right here, my friends, a support trend line. That support trend line has been breaking out from, as we can see right here. And this was the bearish breakout candle which has made the breakout from that support trend line. Now, the rules is like this. The normal behavior of the market is once the breakout happens, the market is going to reverse at Fibonacci 61.8, which is right here exactly, and afterwards it's going to continue the rise to retest that broken support trend line before it either make the breakout, which I believe is going to happen, or to continue the fall. I believe what's going to happen actually, that the pair is going to continue the rise till it reaches the resistance right here at 1.37250. Therefore, that's actually a better entry in my opinion, and we can expect from the pair to fall to another 20 pips or 21 pips before we can start buying it. So that's everything for the pound USD. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now move to the AUD USD. Now for the AUD USD, it's actually a different scenario. Most likely the pair this week is gonna be a bearish one. First of all, we are having right here the pattern of head and shoulders has appeared on the daily chart for the AUD USD, which means most likely it's gonna continue the fall, and the eventual or the final target will be right here, the support at 0.70625. So let's now move to the 4-hour time frame to determine where exactly we can start shorting this pair. And actually, you know something, let's move even to the 1-hour time frame. Now on the 1-hour time frame, the pair currently is facing the support level as 0.71707, and upon the pressure from that support, I believe that the AUD USD is eventually gonna make a pullback, and right here exactly at the previous support level as 0.71895, the AUD USD is actually gonna continue the fall. Those who have been following my channel for a long time, they know very clearly the rules of how this market works. The rule says like this: once you are having right here a support level and a bearish breakout candle, the market most likely, the normal behavior of the market of course, is gonna be to rise again, retesting that broken support level, and our best entry has to be exactly right here at the lowest level of the nearest tail to the bearish breakout candle, which means exactly the same level of the lowest level of the tail. We can expect from the market to exactly reverses right here and continue the fall. Not here, not here, or not here. It should be right here because this is the closest one to the bearish breakout candle. That's the reason I'm actually sending the signal to start shorting the AUD USD exactly right from that level, exactly right from here at, let me just tell you, 0.71863. Now let's move back to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we can expect from the AUD USD to continue the fall till it reaches, as I mentioned earlier, the lowest level of the support as 0.70617, which means we are aiming approximately 126 pips profit from this signal. Therefore, the take profit level 0.70617. Now for the safe zone. Since we are actually analyzing based on the pattern of the head and shoulders and that resistance level, we can see clearly that right here we had the peak of the resistance, which has already become a resistance number 1 right here, which means that resistance level has already been respected again as a resistance. Therefore, the safe zone should be ranging just a little bit above that level of a resistance, which is going to be right here. Therefore, the safe zone is ranging exactly for 50 pips only, which I believe is a good space. So that's everything for the AUD USD. Let me now please move to, wait a minute. Yeah, let me now please move to the next pair. Let's now take a look at the USD CAD. Now regarding USD CAD, most of you will think that I'm gonna sell the pair, but however, I believe USD CAD is gonna be good for the bullish to this week. Let's now move to the daily chart. On the daily chart, we can see clearly that this pair has actually been rejected from breaking out from the support zone at 1.25160. Just put the microphone a little bit far from my mouth. Yeah, that's better, I think. Okay, so for the USD CAD, my friends, this price action actually tells us that the pair most likely is going to continue the rise. If I'm not mistaken, it has actually been rejected from Fibonacci 61.8. Let's try together. Sure enough, we can see clearly that the market has made here what we can call a fake or a false breakout. Now, again, the USD CAD is above 61.8 Fibonacci retracement. All we need to do right now is to wait another pullback, and therefore we will start buying the pair, and the target has to be at least the Fibonacci 38.2 retracement at 1.27200. Now let's take a look at the smaller time frame since we are analyzing on the daily chart. Let's move to the 4-hour time frame. Now right here on the 4-hour time frame, we can see clearly that the market has made a very strong bullish breakout from the long-term resistance at 1.25621. That is actually a low resistance. There are some terms that I'm gonna explain later. I was supposed to make a video last week, but I didn't just really have time to do that. But this is actually considered as a low resistance level, which we can expect from the market to make another pullback, reverses exactly right on that level, and then it's gonna continue the rise. Now we just need to confirm on the left side if the same level was also a strong resistance, sorry, a support I mean. Sure enough, we can see clearly it was a strong key support level at 1.25621. Let's scroll more to the left, and we can see that the pair has reversed almost right on that level. And let's just continue scrolling to the left, and we can see clearly that this level has been respected as a support several times. I think there are no more attempts on the left, so therefore let me just go back to the current time, and let me just confirm using the support trend lines right now our entry. So all I need to do is go to the smaller time frames such as 1 hour, and all I need to do right now is draw here a support trend line right from that lower low to this higher low. And as we can see, this level has been respected several times right here. So what we will do next is simply dragging that support trend line level. And let me just place it right here. This is exactly the nearest support trend line. As we can see right here, my friends, this was a support trend line which has been respected again as a resistance trend line, but it couldn't really hold the position for several times. We can see that right here we had a fake breakout, and again right here that that resistance trend line has not been respected, which means that most likely that level right here as a support trend line is going to be respected again after retesting the broken resistance at 1.25621. Therefore, I believe we have to wait for the USD CAD to fall to another 20 pips before we can start buying it. Therefore, buy the USD CAD at 1.25621. And let me just remove this one right here, so it's gonna be easier for you to see the safe zone, just like that. The safe zone has to be ranging, my friends, till the lowest level of the support, since we are actually relying on 61.8 Fibonacci retracement, and also we are relying in general on that support level. So therefore, the safe zone has to be ranging just till the lowest level of that support, which is exactly right here. Let me just move to the 4-hour time frame so I can see that clearly. That's perfect. So therefore, the safe zone will be ranging for about 55 pips. Meanwhile, for the target, of course, we will be aiming the peak of the resistance right here at 1.26966. But however, I want to make it actually more realistic target, which means it's going to be the nearest resistance at 1.26587, which means we are aiming approximately 97 pips profit from this signal. Therefore, the take profit level is going to be 1.26587. That's everything for this pair. Let me know, please. Oh, by the way, I want to edit this one right here, the support trend line, to make it actually just like that, and then drag it all the way like that. That's actually more accurate. We can see it clearly right now on the 4-hour time frame. I believe this signal is going to be a good one, and hopefully we will make good profits out of it. So let's now move to the next pair. Let's now take a look at the USD JPY. USD JPY, from my point of view, is going to continue the fall for this week, but not for so long time. By moving to the daily chart, we can see clearly that the pair is eventually on its way to retest the support level at 113.131, which is just 55 pips far away from the entry. And by the way, if the pair has been able to reach that level of a support right here, it means that it has actually made finally the bearish breakout from that long-term support trend line, as we can see right here. So therefore, eventually the USD JPY is going to continue the fall till it reaches at least that support level at 112.785. Let me just show you exactly where we can expect from the pair to continue the fall to. Exactly right from here. That is the lowest level of the strong key support level at 112.785, which means we can expect from the pair to fall to another 118 pips. Now, however, we have to consider that we had right here a tail, which is the nearest one to the bearish breakout candle. So we can expect from the USD JPY to rise to another 24 pips, retesting that level of a support, and afterwards it's going to continue the fall. Therefore, let me just now move to the 4-hour time frame, and sure enough, we can see that the retest has already happened. The market has already rose right here, retested that broken support level, and has reversed. So therefore, what we can do next is move to the smaller time frame, such as 1-hour time frame, and by looking carefully at the candles, we can see clearly that right here, look at the mouse cursor, right here we had a resistance level, and we can expect from the USD JPY to continue the rise, and that resistance level most likely is gonna be retested again and keeps its position again as a resistance, which means we have to wait for the pair to rise to another 19 pips before we can start shorting it. So let me just write for you that we can start shorting the pair at 113.873, exactly just like that. And the target will be, as I mentioned earlier, the support level, take profit level at 112.785. Sorry, 58. 112.78. Now for the safe zone. Since we are relying on that, on the retest of the broken support trend line, the safe zone shouldn't really be higher than that. Any attempt to be actually moving above that support trend line, it means that this setup has failed, and the support at 113.690 has actually managed to prevent any breakout to happen right from that support level. Therefore, the safe zone is going to be ranged for about 50 pips only. Oh, wait a minute, guys. Shapes rectangle, and exactly just like that. So the safe zone will be ranging for about 52 pips. Meanwhile, the target is going to be 110 pips. That's everything for the USD/JPY. Let me now please move to the next pair. Let's now move to the USD/CHF. So this pair, as we can see right here, let me just move to the daily chart to show you this. Now, if we check right here, my friends, we are having a support trend line, and that support trend line, as we can see, it was a very strong key level of a support trend line, which has recently been breaking out from and being also retested. So the pair has already been retested, and the retest has actually failed, and the pair right now is gonna continue the move and in a bearish movement. And I believe that most likely the USD/CHF is going to move all the way, or to fall all the way to the support level at 0.90259. Let me just now, after confirming the direction on the daily chart, let's move to the smaller time frame. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Now, by looking at the 4-hour time frame, we can notice that the market has already made 2 attempts to break out from that level, or actually 2 attempts to retest that broken support trend line, and has created right here a new resistance trend line number 1 and resistance trend line number 2. Now, what we can expect next from the USD/CHF is to rise again, retest that broken support level exactly right here as 0.91408, which means it's going to rise to another 21 pips before it's going to continue the fall. In general, I believe the general direction for this pair is going to be the fall, and most likely we have to expect from this pair to respect that level as the previous support level as 0.91408, and from that point we're gonna start shorting it. Therefore, sell this pair at 0.91408, and the safe zone, of course, has to be ranging till the highest level of the resistance exactly right here at 0.91777, which means the safe zone will be ranging for only 37 pips. We don't really need more than that. Now let's move to the target. On the daily chart, if we see clearly, we had right here the lowest level of the support exactly right here as 0.90844, and as you can see, this is actually maybe 55 pips only. Wow, damn, I'm so good. I swear I didn't check this earlier. 56 pips only is gonna be our target from this signal. I know it's not much, but that's what the setup is providing for us. So therefore, 0.90844 is gonna be our target from shorting the USD/CHF. Now let's move to the gold. So now by moving to the gold, the general direction is gonna be the bullish. That's my opinion. I believe the gold right now is gonna continue the rise, and right now it's in the phase of retesting the broken resistance level at 1830. That level is of course very critical for the gold, and most likely is going to continue the rise right after retesting that level. So now the question is, where exactly we can start buying the gold? Now the problem right here is this price action. This price action means that the pair is going to continue the fall for the remaining, since we're actually analyzing on the daily chart. I believe on Monday the gold is going to be bearish, and however the best time to start buying the gold is going to be right here, because we are having right here a bullish breakout candle, and as I just have mentioned earlier, we are having right here the nearest wicks to the bullish breakout candle, and we are expecting from the gold to reverse exactly right from that level of that previous resistance, because of course right here we're having a resistance level, and right here we're having a support. So after confirming the direction on the daily chart, let's move to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we can see clearly that right here we had, after this bullish movement, we had right here also a support level, and I believe that the gold eventually gonna respect that level of a previous support level, and is gonna keep its position again as a support, which means we have to start buying the pair exactly right from that level at 1822.88, and we have to wait for the pair to fall to another 112 pips before we can start buying it. Therefore, buy the gold at 1822.88. Another way to confirm our entry is by checking the support trend line, just like that. So right here we had the support trend line, my friends, and I believe that the gold eventually gonna respect that level of a support trend line, and the target has to be right here, at least the strong resistance level at 1866. Therefore, let me just make it right here at the nearest strong key resistance level at 1862.26, which means we can expect from the gold to rise to another, I would say, 400 pips. Meanwhile, the safe zone will be ranging just till the lowest level of the previous support level, and of course it was previously a resistance. So which means the safe zone is going to be ranging for about 140 pips, and the target is going to be about 400 pips, which I think is a good deal, but only if it really worked well, and I hope it does. So 1862.26 is the eventual target from buying the gold. Now, of course, all these entries that I have given, my friends, are depending on the price action. Please make sure that you are checking the price action before placing your orders. Never ever place any pending orders using my signals. Make sure that the market is eventually or actually respecting that level of a support before you decide to enter with a buy or sell. Especially for the gold, please don't rush with your entry. Make sure that the market has closed with any sign that tells that the market is going to continue the rise, such as a pin bar or a reversed hammer, a doji candle, whatever says or confirms that the market is going to continue the rise from that point. Afterwards, we can start buying from that level. Please don't rush with the entries. And again, I'm telling you, just because these signals came from Xtreme Trader doesn't cut it at all, or doesn't confirm that they're gonna be 100% profitable. I have received a lot of good feedbacks recently about my signals on the YouTube, and of course, not every day or not every week is gonna be great as always. Thankfully, the winning ratio that I'm sending off my signals is really very high. But however, I don't want to feel the pressure that we cannot really afford to lose any week. So again, I just wanted everyone to make sure that they are entering with a proper money management and prepared for any potential losses that might happen. So sorry for the long speech. I just had to make sure that this is clear for everyone. So in the end, I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.